Hey guys, it's manga time once again with Bleach 520 Killers Not Dead. And this is a pretty insane chapter. So it actually starts off in Soul Society rather than the Spirit King's Palace. And Nanao walks in to Shinsui's office, and straight away on the first page you get a pretty crazy little revelation. Shinsui's like, maybe this is the last time we meet. And she's like, what? And you realise that he's got this message that's saying he's been appointed Captain Commander of the Gotei 13 and of the 1st Division. Now, a lot of people saw this coming. I sort of saw this coming. Shinsui's the one I wanted to be Captain Commander. So I'm pretty happy with this turn of events. And apparently his full name is Kyoraku Jiro, so Zosa Shunsui. But he's not particularly happy about this. I mean, we kind of suspected that he wouldn't be too keen on the responsibility. So we get this cool title page. Yeah, it looks cool. I don't really know what it's doing. And then we go back to the Ryokyu. And Ichigo is underwater. He's trying to stay under there for 100 seconds. And he can't do it, and he boots this guy in the face. And then Kirinji, he's sort of like, you fail! Even a kid could do that. And, sounds like when Kirinji was a child, he had to stay underwater for 100 seconds. I like Kirinji though. He's got the good kind of banter going with Ichigo that most of Ichigo's trainers have at one point or another. Oh, then you get one I really love this panel. Because Ichigo's fighting these two guys, Kazuo and Kazuhiro, off screen. Then he goes back to seeing them and he's sort of duking up to them like this. But he's tiny. So you can sort of imagine it just sort of like, oh, come on. But then Kirinji says, actually, wait a minute, and he just punches Ichigo in the face. Ichigo literally goes flying. He's like, what are you doing? And Kirinji just says, you're healed. If you weren't, you'd be dead because you haven't got this. And he holds up Ichigo's towel. And he's like, your wounds have vanished, you're fine. And so Kirinji says, I'll send you to the next palace. And then Renji gets up and he's like, wait a minute, I'm going to come as well. And then Kirinji punches him in the stomach. And it's a colossal punch, like the water going everywhere. However, Renji is unmoved. You know, Kirinji's his fist is like rammed straight through, well, not through, but into Renji's stomach. But he's really shocked by the fact that Renji hasn't been sent flying, and that's good enough for Kirinji. He's like, alright, you can go. So Ichigo and Renji get sent off to the next palace, and I quite like the fact that it's those two again. It reminds me of when Ichigo and Renji were training for Bankai. So I reckon the next palace they're going to go to is Kirio Hikifune's, because I suspect they're going to be eating after doing all that training, and that healing. So, according to those two guys, Kazuo and Kazuhiro, it's pretty incredible that they could stay in Kirinji's pool without dying, basically. And apparently when Kirinji punched Ichigo, even though he got hit, in a split second he retaliated and broke Kinji's hand. Now, I've heard a couple of theories about this, because Ichigo quite clearly doesn't appear to strike back. So it could be Ichigo's blute that's broken Kirinji's hand, which would be interesting. But Kirinji says that he used to be known as Flash Speed Tenjirou because of his step and he hasn't grown dull. And Ichigo's got some serious skills. And then he says, I can see why the King of Souls would fall for him. That is a really odd way of putting it. But yeah, that's interesting. So, I mean, what does that mean? What does he mean, fall for him? I kind of want to see the manga stream translation of that. Then we move over to Central 46. And they're pretty outraged that Shunsui wants to take on 2 vice captains. Genshiro Okikiba, the dude who used to work for Yamamoto who he put in charge when Shojiro was dead. And he also wants Nanao. And the 46 aren't happy about this, but Shunsui kind of beats them down. He's like, every captain has the right to appoint and dismiss the vice captains. And they can't really argue with that. And here's the most interesting part of the whole chapter. Shinsui's like, as my first act of Captain Commander, I'll teach Kenpachi Zaraki the art of killing. And I wasn't too sure what this meant. Did it mean giving him a bankai? But now that I think about it, I think it's possibly as simple as getting him to talk to his sword. There's a little bit of potential foreshadowing from Shunsui actually. He says Captain Kuchiki, the others headed to Ryokyu, but we don't know whether they'll come back safely. Of course they might do, but who knows. So 46 say that if Kenpachi wanted to start a revolt, he would be unstoppable, and that Genryosai tried to teach him the ways of the sword and stopped after a day because he's too dangerous. Shunsui says that, what should we do? Soul Society as it is now won't be able to resist another invasion. And then someone comes in behind him, and Shinsui's like, looks like I gained your consent. Come in, I'll leave Captain Zaraki to you. Captain Unohana, no, first Kenpachi Yachiru Unohana. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this does make sense. And it's freaking crazy. So Unohana is the person who Kenpachi admired enough to name Yachiru. I'm really glad we finally found that out. It also means, though, that she was captain of the 11th Division, I suppose, at one point. It's interesting because she clearly isn't dead, which leads you to wonder just how many other Kenpachis are still alive, just because Giganjo got killed off. But yeah, oh my god, she's the first Kenpachi. Holy hell. So this chapter, we got Shunsui as the new Captain Commander, Ichigo and Renji are heading off to the next palace, and Unohana is the new head captain. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. Most of that is based on the huge revelation at the end, because not a lot actually happened, apart from that. Wow. So, this is really leading up to the whole Unohana's going to fight. Unohana's a crazy beast. We're really starting to get stuff that's been secret for a long time now. And this is freaking crazy. And it's an awesome time to be reviewing. So what do you think of Unohana being Yachiru in the first Kenpachi? How old is she? Jesus, that's just come to me. How old is she? Holy hell. But, this probably also does confirm that Unohana was part of Yamamoto's squad of thugs, as Bark put them, the divisions, which is really interesting. But yeah, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com, Mr12304. Yeah, what do you think of Unohana? Oh my god. Are you happy with their choice of appointing Shunsui as Captain Commander? I'm personally happy with it. I think he's got the credentials. I think he's the most level-headed. But yeah, until then, catch you next time, guys. See ya.